Hello friends, Andy here for What Culture Wrestling, and with the sun finally setting on All In, a true landmark event in independent wrestling history, it's time to do a deep dive on the important stuff. Ring attire. Now, full disclosure, as you can probably guess from the title, this video won't exactly be full of the most exhaustive detective work, but holy shit did the men and women of All In show out on Saturday night, putting more effort into their boy-popping attire than What Culture Gaming's Josh Brown on a staff night out. And who can blame them? This was the biggest wrestling party of the year, and to date, the biggest stage that some of these lads and lasses have ever performed on. They've got it, so why the hell wouldn't they flaunt it? But there's more to some of these attires than meets the eye, so let's dive in. I'm Andy for What Culture Wrestling, and here are 10 hidden meanings behind outlandish All In attires. Number 10, SCU. Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky ran Philadelphia's famed Rocky Steps in the go-home edition of Being the Elite, and it turned out to be a smart piece of foreshadowing. They turned heads on the 0 Hour pre-show with Kazarian dressed up as Rocky Balboa himself, and Scorpio Sky, of course, as Apollo Creed. And after having spent years and years punching the proverbial heavy bag to reach this stage in the first place, it was a really nice touch. Number 9, COLT CABANA. CM Punk's best mate turned enemy was stuck on the All In pre-show as well, but he is independent and Chicago wrestling royalty and decided to go all in on his All In attire. That was a joke, but no, I'm not sorry. His appropriation of the All In iconography on the front of his singlet was a really sweet touch, because he was a part of this movement long before it ever became a sweet marketing slogan, and seemingly will be for a long time after the bandwagon departs. Number 8, Chelsea Green. Shoutouts to Miss Green for looking awesome at All In, not just in terms of her charismatic in-ring performance, but for sporting an outfit that called back to her time as a jilted bride back in Impact Wrestling. Harking back to her Laurel Van Ness days, Chelsea Green came out all over the place with smudged makeup and that weird flowy wedding headdress tiara thing that I should probably know the name of, but don't. Number 7, CODY. All In's lead architect wasn't just wearing his father's legacy around his waist by the time he defeated Nick Aldis, but his father was with him all night long. On Saturday, CODY was far from a nightmare and more like the American dream his father purported to be, having unveiled a special weightlifting belt decorated with polka dots, gold, and the American flag's colours in memory of his father. Love CODY, man. What a nice guy. Number 6, BRANDI RHODES. On first glance, Brandi's attire appeared to be a tribute to Britney Spears' Toxic music video, what with all the twinkly winkly bits and all that, but there's a little bit more to it than first meets the eye. All of those stars in sequence reflecting the arena's lights were a callback to her husband's last big WWE run, and Brandi herself certainly wasn't short of the stardust she has brought to CODY's act since leaving the company. Number 5, Hangman Page. My pick for the most improved wrestler of 2018 kinda sorta maybe killed Joey Ryan earlier this year, and he had his sights set on another Joey, this time Janela, at All In. So what did the beautiful blonde bugger do? He came out with Joey Killer emblazoned on his attire, and then proceeded to have the most batshit match on the entire card, finishing Janela off with a ridiculous table spot that was lucky not to kill both of them. Those mad Number 4, Flip Gordon. Everybody's second favourite flat earth weirdo came out wearing camouflage that fed into his general G.I. Joe aesthetic, but also a t-shirt that required some last minute alterations. Of course, the story leading into the event was that Flip couldn't get on the show and therefore came up with the All Out t-shirt and an All Out viewing party. Of course, this became obsolete when he made it into the Battle Royal on 0 Hour and then fought Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor Championship, so fair play to him for making the adjustments. Number 3, Jay Lethal. Black Machismo was back in full effect on Saturday night, and the Ring of Honor champion absolutely killed his attire, opting for the black, yellow, and red look that Randy Savage sported on WCW Nitro back in 1995. The whole thing mirrored Macho Man betting on himself back in the 90s, leaving his spiritual home for pastures new and opportunities afresh, much like CODY and the gang did to make All In possible. Number 2, Rey Mysterio. The latest in a long line of superhero tributes from Rey Mysterio, this Wolverine-inspired look was brand new for the wee man, but harked back to the character's classic look. In the main event, Rey represented the old guard among a gang of younger practitioners of a rapidly evolving style, and his classic ring attire mirrored the classic weapons he used in the ring throughout the match. And at number 1, the Golden Elite. Wrestling attire synergy is awesome. Just see Sasha Banks and Bayley on Raw at the moment for an example, and Kota Ibushi and the Young Bucks knocked it out of the park at All In. Their shared colour scheme, much like Ibushi himself, looked absolutely beautiful, no less with the trio charged to change the world in their own unique style in the evening's main event. All three aligned like the stars they are on a night when their friends and colleagues delivered on the transcendent promises they've been making for years. And it was awesome. So that's our run through All In's wacky wardrobes, but now that we're done, why not check out the article by What Culture's resident wrestling attire fetishist Michael Hamflet, the link to which you can find below, or over on our website at whatculture.com/WWE. And once you've done that, head on down to the comment section below and let us know what you thought of All In as a whole, and of course don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I've been Andy, and I'll see you later.